Alright, so to start off, we need to install some packages. So for rows 1 and 2, we installed Plotly and Read Excel. The first one is so we can make our Gantt chart, and the second one is so we can access our data, which came from Excel. And then rows 3 and 4 is us opening each package that we just installed. And then we're going to make our data point, which is going to be Gantt, and read Excel. This is going to be the data set that we grabbed from Excel, and this is how we're going to name it. And then, of course, row 7, we're going to start getting into the coding of it. In row 7, we're going to do Gantt $start date. That is the command to get the data from the column start date. And then for this part of row 7, we are customizing, we're converting the dates into the format that we wanted. So the format is going to be year, month, day. And then client, that's just going to be the title, our sample client. It's just going to be the title of our project or Gantt chart. And then for row 11, we're going to do this. We're going to do this to change the colors based on the resources that are available to us. So resource, this is another variable or column in our data set, which you can see right here. So these are there's three separate resources or parties responsible, and that is why there's set 3. So it's gonna choose colors based on 3 different resources. And then row 12, we are going to, once again, we're just defining which colors and labeling them as such. And then for row 14, this is just to establish our set of data within this new empty plot. We're establishing it. So rows 16 through 40, basically, it is just one big command. And we need to do this because each task that we've created contains a separate trace. And what a trace is, as you can see in row 17, it's just it's the plot line. It's thick plot line. And row, that's just the number of rows. And X is going to be our x-axis. Y is going to be our y-axis. And the I right here indicates everything that's included in the every data point included in the column. And we want to have our start date, our duration, and we're going to change. And then in row 22, we're going to have a legend, and we're going to do show legend. And then row 23, hover info. That means when we have our clicker or mouse pointer hovering over one of the points, it's going to show all of this information that is typed out from rows 25 through 36. Um, and this is just naming. Uh, this is naming what's going to pop up, and then um, what it's going to show is for that particular point that you have hovered, it's going to take the information from the data set with this and place it to the corresponding um, characteristic. And as you can see for this, we are establishing that the duration we want it to be set and the number of days. And then row 38 is needed just to avoid some lazy loading that R might do. And then from rows 43 to 74, this is going to be adding information to our Gantt chart to make it more presentable. And for this, we're going to do the x-axis, and this is going to be this is to make a certain type of color. Same goes with the y-axis. And we're doing the number of rows and the number, and the range is going to be 0 to 0.9. And then we're going to make annotations, and we're going to create a list, and our x, we are going to add the total days of work, and that's going to, or the target days of work, and our legend, and we're going to make, so this list is for the legend, and this is our size, and our text we're going to do in our legend is going to be target days of work with the sum, total tasks, and it's going to be task, and it's going to be the number of rows, and then the responsible parties, and that is why we grabbed resources, a resource. And then the font, we're just making the font a certain color, and we're making the size 12, and we're going to align it to the left. All right, and from 65 to 72, we're making the title of our Gantt chart and project, and that's why we have project Gantt chart, and the X anchor is going to be left aligned, as you can see here. And then once again, we're making our font, we're making it Times New Roman, and then we're going to make it 20, and then we're going to make it a certain color. And then for rows, for this row, plot underscore BG color, that is choosing the color of the chart area. And then paper underscore BG color, that is choosing the color for the area of the axis. And then P is to establish everything that we've created in our initially empty plot. And we're going to highlight all of this and click run, and it is going to show up right here. And as you can see, it has everything that we wanted it to. So right here, we have our legend, and what it just did is that when you zoom in, when you select an area, that will zoom in on everything you selected. But since there's no points there, that's why it showed up as blank. So if you double click it, it'll go back, and you can see that in the stage, there was the task, the start date, the duration, the status, and who was responsible. And if we wanted to do this, we could see that these were the 12th through 27th tasks, and it still has all of this information. And as you can see from row 11, that there were 3 different responsible parties. So there's 3 different colors. So this is clients, this is consultants, and this is clients and consultants. All right, and we're gonna go back. And as you can see by the title of the project, it's Project Gantt chart, and this is in Times New Roman as we wanted it to, where we put that in row 68, as well as Project Gantt chart. And then it says client and it says some project, and that is because we did that in row 9. And then you can see these are tasks, the number of tasks, which is same thing right here. And there you go.